the type of artist I'd say I am is one who loves to tell stories. Consider myself a storyteller. I like to merge different ideas musically to evoke a certain emotion. I use that to soften sometimes the provocative things that I talk about in my music. So when you hear it sound sweet and nice, but if you like looking at the lyrics, you probably see some things where you don't really want to play in front of you, pinning them too tough. But I use that to kind of talk about just the male perspective, but humanize it a little bit. So we kind of get a lot of knock for how we think and how we behave when there is reason behind it. How do I describe my music? It's really my audience who has been describing it for me. I put it under this envelope that I call sexy reggae. It is reggae based and I really like pulling from the culture, but I also like merging and fusing genres. So depending on the feel I'm going for, I might drop like a jazz overlay or a funk overlay or a rock opera overlay. But for the most part, it's good music. The creative process for me starts with I may be watching a movie or I'm at a show, a Joby or a Rush Rebel might sing something for a nice melody and it starts a thought. Some melodies, I start mumbling bay gibberish and I take out my phone and record it because like if I don't record it then and there, it's just gonna be gone by the time I go home. From there, a concept might come up, like I might remember a song that I have, Love at First Wine, was literally being infatuated after dancing with a girl at a party. I might explore that story and I just record a demo, link up JLL, we decide what we want it to be and we just collaborate. There's a lot of feedback involved, so like at every step of the way I might send some unsuspecting person in my WhatsApp a recording and say, yo, pre this, and they'll tell me like, yo, this good, this bad, and I'll explore more of the good, refine some of the bad, and that's kind of how I release music right now. Yeah.
So me have a girl from Panama, check me every flight when she need me for girl love on. But every night from a diving on a frock, she bring a nanny bag with kick like tin a rubber.
Nanny Bag was like a dark horse track. I remember writing Nanny Bag and it was literally after I came from a trip in Dominican Republic and I met a girl there, and when I came back home trying to figure out how many words I could rhyme with Panama at the time. That's how it started. So the story is about a $500 bag of weed, which is the nanny bag, this girl I used to smoke with, which is the girl from Panama, and her policeman boyfriend who harassed me on the street side, and me just having to leverage the relationship I did have with him current girl, so I'm gonna get locked up and harassed. I chose Nanny Bag as my first single because I wanted to, it was a toss up between that and my second single which is coming out, Roots and Glam. But Roots and Glam was a song that I needed an audience for. I didn't want to just like release it to nobody. My first song came out in October, right? So I'm very young in the music industry. Nanny Bag had all the elements to like grab someone's attention. It was new, it was different. Like people are like wondering, yo, what is that? And then when I was linked with JLL, we just like flip a coin. I'm gonna say, all right, yeah, Nanny Bag, that's what we're gonna go with. I think it was a good way to introduce myself to the audience to say, hey, I'm here, this is my sound. It's kind of different, but get used to it. I always struggle with the who are your main influences question, primarily because I never thought that I was going to do music, but I've always been a lover of music, so I've always been listening to different genres, and genres were my first influences. I guess I can answer that question. There's a Daft Punk, there's a Gorillaz, because they kind of merge genres. They're really good at like dropping some lyricism under like a nice groove. In terms of local, I'd say like Aini Kamuzi. I love Aini Kamuzi's ability to, like his tone and the way he delivers in such a way that is so unique. Like if you hear Aini Kamuzi, you know Aini Kamuzi. And like even Nanny Bag, there's a very specific part of Nanny Bag that is paying homage to the way Aini Kamuzi delivers certain things. For the next year, I'm planning to release Nanny Bag's music video. That's coming out very soon. Actually recording that next week. I don't know if the audience know when this is being recorded, but a week after this. Very happy to be putting that song out and just working on building an audience, getting people to know who I am and just resonate with my music and get an understanding of who I'm about. I have an EP coming up, but that's like later. So my experience with niche, you watch like a James Bond movie and like James Bond out there in the field and like him have a control center that tells him everything that he needs to do so that he doesn't get killed. That's who niche is for me. Like in the industry, niche is that guidance for me as a young artist. So when I'm out there trying to complete this mission as an artist, like you need some guidance. So niche is my control center to my James Bond right now. Wow, like what would I give to myself? Because I'm still right. I'd say experiment. Like, use your size and your inexperience to experiment as much as possible. Like, when you're a big artist, there's certain things where you can't do. Okay, you already have a fan base, you can't really experiment too much, but I'd say experiment, collaborate, get feedback early, get feedback often, put your things out, and use feedback to like continue building. Like, get as quick to your first failure as possible, because failure is what will teach you how to become a better artist, because that's how I've been learning, by failing and failing quickly and using failure as a platform to grow.